Get in, nerds. We are playing Victoria 3. We are... I'm eyeing some expansion opportunities. I've got 0 infamy. So... Do I have... Do I... No, I can't... I can't just steal states from Spain, because relations are too good. Which is fine. I'm not necessarily looking to do that. But it's definitely something I could get up to. Again, I'm not necessarily looking to expand my core territory, except potentially Galicia, because, again, Galicians are Lusophone. A lot of North Germans in Spain. Well, not a lot, but some. Anyway, let's get this started. Alright, moving to stop me from changing the police has sorted itself out, which I'm pleased about. I could decrease the autonomy of a couple of places, but... Ooh, gold depleted in Northern Cape. 3 times. The rich mineral deposits in Portuguese Northern Cape have been drained. Mines have been shuttered, and all the prospectors who moved in are beginning to drift away in search of the next big strike. Alluvial gold dried up, miners go home. River dried up due to miner activity. Shafts condemned as threat to life. Enter at own peril. Trespassers will be shot. Survivors will be shot again. We can't just let them leave. So that means slightly more gold mine capacity. I'm going to quickly build that mine. I say quickly, changing the speed of the game as though that actually changes anything. So now I've got a little bit more capacity to invest in law enforcement. So I'm just going to do that. It's going to cost me a little bit more bureaucracy, but not a lot, actually, because I've got quite a few... Wow, you are really enjoying this forever war with France, I tell you what. Let me see. Wow. 650,000 dead on the German side, 850,000 dead, well, dead and wounded, on the French side. Woo! Y'all been fighting. A scandal in Extremadura. Police have shut down a notorious male brothel. Geronimo de Paiva is part of its clientele, and this information is leaking. The arrested proprietor has revealed that Geronimo de Paiva is part of his clientele, and the information is leaking to the press. So this is a general in the Ejército Portugués, an industrialist's guy. So, is the Ejército Portugués... Okay, we still have 2 different guys here, so this isn't necessarily a tragedy, but it's not ideal either. An indescribably loathsome scandal has struck Extremadura. The captured boys are made to confess, and the Times report that another sensation about this affair will later burst. 22 men implicated, blue bloods and others, have fled from Portugal. He must resign, or try to cover up the story. 50% chance he gets embroiled in a scandal. I'm going to go with the second one. I don't think it affects things. Please tell me he's not the leader of the... he is. Well, let's see if he got embroiled in a scandal. He sure did. That's okay. These things happen. These things happen. I'm not worried. So, I think, because many of our subjects are extremely loyal, I think I'm going to increase subject payments for some of these countries. Let me see. Particularly for the Central American countries. So, we're getting... Yeah, it's not that much. They're becoming kind of a drain on their economies, but, you know, it is what it is. Maybe I'll exempt them from service? No, it's nice to have them in our wars. Interesting. Oh, this damages relations. I don't necessarily want that. Alright, never mind. We won't worry about it. I want to keep relations good. Ooh, a revolution in Scandinavia. Communist Sweden is rising up. That's interesting. Woo! That battle changed directions real fast. Golly. Interesting. Austria-Hungary has become a different color. Austria-Hungary, be better friends with me. Oh, I can't. I don't have any influence. Hey, I finally actually improving relations with the United States. That's rad. Or cordial, but Austria-Hungary's nervous. They can't. They're afraid of my growing strength. I might do a little tax hike here because I want to get this interest line item reduced because this is actually a lot of my take home. Wow, that tax hike is not that much. Urgh. That's pretty tough. This is a tough situation. This is going to take a while to actually sort itself out. Kind of a tough time. Let's see if I can get... Can't get a bankroll on this. What is happening here? Ah, I see. Colonization war. Whoa, that took me an embarrassing amount of time. I misunderstood which side these were on. I'm not so great with that that wargoal interface, I must say. Let's see. Burma's down to 66, so we're getting close to the point where I can pull either Maguinda now or Bulangan in. So who's as a dominion? So who's doing better? Definitely Maguinda now. All right, they're our next revenue increase target. I could also decrease the autonomy of Siak down to a puppet, which I think would increase their contribution to our treasury. Siak's GDP is substantial, right? Yeah. But on the other hand, I don't want to necessarily... Ganshu cranes. Excellent. So that unlocks steamships, which should help us with our convoy issue. So, let's just go ahead. We'll swap all of our ports over to industrial ports, and then we'll get some of our shipyards producing steamships. I don't know why we have so many in the Empire. And what does that do to our supply of steamers? Still quite expensive, but it is increasing. Maybe we'll have the one in Zanzibar build up steamships as well. That'll be fine. Obviously, this is costing us a little bit more, but we're outputting a ton more convoys, and that's of extreme importance. Ooh. Radical Senegal. I was going to say, a Greek uprising in Senegal? I was just looking at the flag. And that's much better. So, motor industries are a little bit having a difficult time. But I don't want to stop to build right now because I'm working on my... Well, interest continues to go down. Although we are in a high tax state right now, so that's part of the issue, and that's creating a potential problem for me. I don't want to do too much building while I'm working on my national debt. Because I'm also trying to get some of this cash out of the investment pool. You know, we got some rubber rushes. We got a rubber rush. Rubber has been successfully grown in Zambezia. This place seems most effective. Again, I'm going to do that every time. I think I'm actually going to increase the size of the construction sector again. Because I'm a dangerous rebel with nothing left to lose. And that'll let us get more of that sweet, sweet investment pool. So I'm going to throw these at the top, just to get them done. And then hopefully the private sector will pick up, well, not hopefully, the private sector is for sure going to pick up the cost. Because there's so much cash in that investment pool. And it's going up when I'm using even a moderate amount of the investment pool itself. So here's hoping the private sector carries its own water here. Alright, so as you can see, we are still gaining in cash. Although our finances remain a little bit dodgy. They're dodgy is what they are. They're not problematic, they're just dodgy. I'm going to start colonizing Herrero land, I think. And Nama. You know what? We'll do it. We'll start colonies in these areas. This will give us this will make other people have a problem if they try to colonize these territories. Actually, not going after Brazil right now immediately because I want to get the United States up in relations. Because I'm hoping they change their attitude towards me. That would be really nice. The Defender of Decency. British Senegal has fallen to a revolution amongst the rural folk. In the campaign materials of the Regenerator Party, Nikita Lazarev has immediately denounced the rural folk here, preempting a similar revolt. You would name me as a traitor? Of that I'm certain you are. Many abroad in British Senegal would think similarly to you. What's to say you're not a traitor already, plotting sedition with the members of your book club? You've gone mad. Someone must stand against the revolutionary tide. Ton of extra momentum for the Regenerator Party, and rural folk get real salty. Our British Senegal is far away, and this is here. Reduced momentum for the Regenerator Party. Petite bourgeoisie mad, petite bourgeoisie weaker. How are the petite bourgeoisie feeling now? I can't alienate them too much. It'll be fine. British Senegal is far away, and this is here. Okay, I'm gonna goof my bureaucracy, I think. Nope, they're okay. They're doing fine. And again, I'm trying to reduce the momentum of the Regenerator Party because, how do all of my parties have negative momentum? Burma is damaging relations. Burma, you sly dog. Bork, bork, bork. Well, two can... Oh, no, I can't because relations are too good. That's very funny. I'm very pleased by that. Alright. Burma's liberty desire is pretty low. So let's go ahead and make Maguinda now a dominion. And that's going to help with our cash flow just a little bit. Not too much. I'm only bringing in less than 1k from them. But, you know, collectively it adds up. We're draining a lot of economies of their value right now as an imperial power, and I'm quite proud of it. What was Ethiopia's liberty desire? It's going down. But we're still a little tight there. So if we can get the USA up to cordial, I'd be pretty pleased with that. Doesn't revolt in Mawar, don't want to get involved in that. Is this going to be our first election under, under wealth voting? I think it might be. A rational discussion. While meeting to discuss ideas, Artur de Paiva and Geronimo de Paiva enjoyed a civil and enlightening conversation. Most expected a brawl. Some say opposites attract, others say opposites repulse. A few understand that one of the natures of opposites is change. Fire and water to steam, spark and gunpowder to explosion, heat and ore to metal. And so it is with good faith debate, a leap in thought to form fresh ideas. Liberal civility is the way forward, 20% momentum to the Progressive Party. Artur de Silva's conduct ought to be commended. He gains honorable. Interesting. Either the intelligentsia or even the opposition should be heard. Extra momentum to the historic party. So, this is interesting. From an electoral perspective, the historic party seems to have a higher baseline vote count, so more momentum to the historic party is going to be better in terms of reducing the amount of votes that the regenerator party get. And I can tell that because their momentum is lower, but they're still projecting to get a higher number of votes. So we'll go with even the opposition should be heard for 20% momentum into the historic party. And that will be just fine. I wonder what my prospects are in terms of having the Confederacy as a potential expansion target. Would certainly be interesting to go after them. Alright, we finished those motor industries. Our finances are doing a little bit better at this point. This number going down I'm very pleased about. And this red going down I'm also pleased about. We'll see what happens when we kick off the election. So let me see. These look like internal German affairs. Well, not this one. This one's Bhutan, but not going to get involved in that. All right. So we've got a pretty good, solid government at this stage. I'm going to put the taxes back to Midland. If we get stuck in a war, we'll increase them, but otherwise, I think... I say get stuck in a war as though I'm not going to be the one kicking off the war. But, you know, it is what it is. Do I have some barracks that can't hire? I guess so. I still really like this song. Oh, steel frame buildings. Excellent. So, here's what we're going to do. I definitely don't have enough steel to make this change all at once. This always happens for me, by the way. Oh my goodness, I'm not even on frickin'... Let's prove that. So, I've got a few construction sectors right now. If I change them all right now, that's going to increase the demand for steel by 1,200. Which, just to confirm... Yeah, I'm nowhere near able to meet at present. So... to get started, we'll just do the ones outside the Imperial Core for now. And that will stimulate the steel industry, hopefully. If I wish, I could do one of them. Let's do just the one in Extremadura as well. Oh, right. I need more research. Let me see. So steel frame construction is good. Dynamite is really going to help with my mines, so we'll go with that next. And then I think after that, we got to keep getting ahead on military. So let's go with repeaters up to hand crank machine gun. Monitor's already spreading to us, so I don't need to worry about that. Modern nursing would be rock solid. Military statistics daily org game, that's pretty good. And a better training method. Electric telegram has just reduced war exhaustion from casualties. That has knocked me out of wars before. Or one, with the one with Russia. So that's potentially good. But I think modern nursing is more important. And then we'll grab militaries. Gosh darn it. Dynamite. Dynamite first. Then. Hand crank machine gun. Modern nursing. military statistics. Alright, now we have a glass shortage, which is interesting. I think my... Well, first let's put them on crystal glass. And we'll see what that does to the glass shortage. Not that much. Do we not have that many of these buildings? We don't. That's a shame. Alright, so we need to bring in some glass from somewhere, at least temporarily. British market can supply us with all the glass we need. But while we work on that, we're going to need to build up some supply. And most of our glassworks are not in the Imperial core, and that's not ideal. So we'll put a couple more levels in Estremadura, and then I'll put a couple more levels in Alentejo. Obviously this is going to cost me a significant pile of cash right now immediately, but God, the investment pool is still gaining. That's incredible. Steel is incredibly expensive, so we'll need to queue in a bunch more of that. Let's go ahead and... We don't have steel mills in Estremadura. We've got them in Beira. Let me just take a look at our populations here. Because I want to keep Alentejo growing, because Beira and Estremadura are both growing really fast. We're bringing in a lot of immigration from those areas. Although Estremadura actually has peasants, and Beira does as well. But I think that's a trick of the light. I think that's immigration and jobs being a little complex. So we'll throw steel mills in here, and we'll throw steel mills in here. Alright, well, we're spending money again, but it is what it is. We got our interest significantly down. And this is temporary? Oh, this actually is pretty temporary. With our increase in construction sector output, we're actually able to build these industries pretty fast. I do have a very, very strong construction sector. Hey, Germany finally finished its forever war. Great job. You did it. Mexico's embargoing the USA. That's just fine. Oh, Great Britain turned Morocco into a puppet. That's cool. So let's look at what the private sector is building. They're building a lot of railways. Oh, we do have opium plantation capacity in Burma. I thought we didn't. Interesting. Or no, it was silk plantation capacity that I was looking for. Ooh. France, Britain, who are you going after? You're going after Bhopal, Jaipur, and Travancore. Okay, interesting. Hey, you want my help? In exchange for money, maybe? Call me, maybe? For money? I could get a wargoal. I can't get a bankroll. Could get a guarantee. Don't want investment rights. If I get a wargoal... Which is likely to provide me with more cash if we can win this? Qing or... No, I want a wargoal with British Raj because I'm much more likely to be able to fight British Raj. Let me look at China's situation. Particularly their military. Is China on a real military? Oh, they are. Ooh, this is potentially an issue. Maybe I'll stick this one out. Maybe I'll add one if I'm pulled in, but okay. I'm pulled in. Yes. Yeah, here we go. Alright, I will join. So, for my war goal, I'm just going to throw in the war reps from India. I think that's the most sensible way. to do things. Alright. Get the lads together. Still a little short on convoys. That's incredible. Okay, no, we're good. Alright, beautiful. We're a little short on bureaucracy. So let's go ahead and flip one more of our government admins over to the higher level production method. Hold on a second. I don't have government admin in Alentatio. Please tell me I'm not running over my... Okay. Wow. Admin capacity... Really none? That is incredible. Alright. Obviously that's a significant increase in cost, but it is what it is. With these glassworks and steel mills building up, I should be able to get a little bit more construction capacity going forward before too long. Guatemala has a Maya secession. This is my... Neither of them has any battalions. It's not the ideal time. I'm gonna step in on the side of Guatemala because they're my puppet. And indeed I must. I don't know why I'm not defaulting into that, frankly. Ooh, lost a general. Let me make sure my armies are good to go. Also, armies are on defense, gotta flip them over to attack. Interesting. We seem to have a many small fronts problem here. Just make sure the war goals are solid. A bunch of these countries are going for independence. Okay, no one's trying to steal Goa. Alright, beautiful. Hey, institutional. The Metropolitan Police. The dedicated police force has solved a series of high-profile murders in Lisbon, thanks to our investment in their institution. Public confidence in the police is at an all-time high. Lisbon by gaslight can be a treacherous place. The papers would have you believe the danger lurks around every corner. But all of that is set to change. With a peeler patrolman on every street, our citizens will be able to stride confidently, and the knowledge they're protected from the criminal element. Medals for all our brave bodies. 33% of servicemen in Extremadura become more loyalist, or Lisbon's finest are on the case. Extremadura gets reduced radicals from standard of living decreases. I'm going with the first one. Lots of loyal service folk is a good thing to have. Right, we got armies in place. We got solid force comparisons in the south. I'm hoping that translates into some success in battle here. I'm really quite far behind on military tech. There's that. Where can I buy... I don't know how this is possible, but I'm going to do it. So the enemy's got a battalion raised over here, which is kind of a problem. I'm going to send the Army of East Africa over there to deal with that. I should have done this earlier, but it is what it is. I hope I can get there before there's a problem. If not, I'll have to naval invade. Actually. Or naval invade over there. That'll be better. Again, if we can win in the south and get these fronts consolidated, I think we can push up north and probably have a good chance. Well, actually, a lot of these fronts are doing okay now. Now that the British and their allies have finally gotten all those units there. This battle's a win. This battle is a win. So I'm feeling pretty good. Many small fronts. Oh, I wasn't even thinking about this. Please tell me no one's trying to steal Macau here. No. Alright. Cool. Cool. I'm not worried about Macau. Well, the United States is damaging relations. That's fine. We made a lot of progress to improving our relations with America. So I'm feeling pretty pleased. We're losing convoys, which I'm not super happy about. And obviously, we've cut trade to the Qing market at this point. An agitator appears. Trucial states, no thank you, I don't wish to invest in you. An agitator... Cristóvão de Paiva. Having a lot of agitators from the de Paiva family. He's a jingoist, aligning with the Catholic Church. He will start a movement to enact state religion. That will be interesting. And Spain is guaranteeing our independence. Wonderful. That's good. Hey, what are you guys doing back here? My armies have handled themselves back to Portugal. This is extremely suboptimal. But it is what it is. Finances are not doing great, but once we finish with these steel mills, they'll be at least a little bit better, I'm hoping. Interest is back up to 9K, which I am super not happy about, but it's alright. Our economy continues to increase in size, so I'm feeling overall pretty good about the situation. Infertile grounds. Finding both the Portuguese public and supposed political allies unreceptive to his ideas and frustrated, Cristóvão de Paiva has decided to retire from the realm of politics, opting instead to spend the rest of his days penning embittered reflections on what could have been. I give these bumpkins the truth, and how am I rewarded? With deafening silence. They call Lisbon a city of ideas, of culture. The only evidence of cultivation I've found in that cesspool of a city came from the fields outside of it, and even they were cared for poorly. Good riddance to you all, I say, sirs. Good riddance to you all. Cool. Let him peddle his ideas in peace away from Lisbon, stronger Catholic Church, or politely inform him his presence is unwanted in Portugal. Catholic Church. Big mad. You know... Well, he's gotta go. He's gotta go. I might hike taxes a bit, but my government is not that legitimate. And I don't want to create too many problems. See, this I'm not happy about. I had armies in the area, so there's no reason that should have happened. This army is on its way to the front. I hope they can get there before things kick off. I really mismanaged this situation, so... I'm hoping we do well. Anyway, that is the end of today's episode. My nerds, I've had fun. I hope you all have had fun, and I'll see you on the other side.